Hey, this is Mike Egger with Education Stadium. Just want to spend a few minutes here talking about some great ideas for starting a sports leadership club or continuing to improve one you already have in place today. Again, these are just ideas we've accumulated over the years in our own experience, as well as experience working with athletic directors, coaches, counselors, parents, you name it. First of all, just some ideas on different formats that you might choose to be a part of your club concept. One would be just having learning programs that, 30 to 60 minutes, depending on how long you have before, during, or after school in your meetings and in your sessions. These programs can be used as, um, you know, kind of like the glue, if you will, of a meeting. And if it's a 60-minute program, you could chop it up into two or three, parts. Having open forum discussions where students bring an idea, challenge, or issue within their individual sports endeavors to the meeting, and as a group, you guys tear it apart, come up with ideas and actions, or bring in ideas, the athletic director or the coach or the counselor, to the club meeting and have the students, again, tear it apart, come up with ideas and actions, and go forward plans. Community outreach, we've seen some schools, and I've heard of some schools um, running charity events related to sports, visiting schools in the community, use sports equipment drives. Could be a real nice background or foundation of your club, as could school spirit. Pack the gym nights, using Instagram as a way to drum up interest in boys and girls sports that maybe are a little bit under supported than maybe football is at your school. One idea too is maybe look at this club or this opportunity a little bit more broadly than just the captains and the leaders and the boys and girls that are maybe seniors that are vocal, and expand it out a little bit for any young student athlete that would like to improve their skill set from a leadership and life standpoint through the power of sports. One other thing to consider as you grow or as you already exist, perhaps for some of you that have a club working today, consider, partnering with other schools, whether it's a conference, a district level, a couple of schools in your city or your area, for multiple school events. The benefits are tremendous. We found one, it can reduce the overall cost if you're bringing in outside speakers, presenters, or programming. Creates a lot of energy and greater participation when students hear that, oh, there's going to be, 20 students from, our rival high school and 10 from this school. It tends to pique interest. Also promotes sportsmanship. If you have maybe a key rival or two that, you can get kids talking and working together on projects for a half a day, that could be pretty powerful. And one latent benefit that we never really even thought of, but students have come back and said, "Oh, I got to meet these three kids from the other side of town," and now they're friends and peers. Here's a couple examples of club initiatives. One in Indianapolis with a school that partners with Special Olympics to run an annual event, pretty cool annual event at their school. The club supports a lot of that initiative through marketing, planning, and execution. Then here in Illinois, a school, Tigers for Tigers, is an Instagram concept where students are promoting, the sports that are a little bit under promoted, so to speak, and underattended. And they even created a T-shirt to get students to, consider gamifying attendance a little bit. Let's go to the wrestling match next Tuesday and check that off the list that we've seen a wrestling match this year. Let's go to the girls gymnastics meet next Thursday. Check that off the list and support that team and that roster.
If you do incorporate hands-on learning into your club meetings or programs, just a few tips and tricks here that probably self-evident, and you know this already as an educator, but just a few things is to keep it moving fast, keep the energy level up. You can do that through music, through sharing out, through using articles and videos and whiteboarding and having students work in teams and things of that nature. Music is a nice little background if they're working on something even for 2 minutes or so, just to play a little bit of music in the background, and getting students moving around. If there's a multiple hour event that you're running, having them rotate even rooms to allow them to hit almost like a mental reset button and become part of a new portion of the day, and then moving back to the other room. That sort of thing can be powerful, as well as using worksheets and workbooks, paper-based materials, so that your more introverted or quiet kids can participate and engage with the learning experience on their own terms. They don't always have to be the vocal, extroverted, share out, hand up every time student to get a lot of benefit from this.
The three F's, yeah. I mean, we try to live by this every event we run and host. Food, friends, and fun. If you can incorporate those things into your club meetings, or even two of the three, you'll be successful. In terms of funding this, people ask a lot, well, where does the money come from? A lot of different sources it could possibly come from, depending on your school and your district. Just focusing quickly on a couple, we had a school in Indiana that was able to raise 7,000. This is not a typo. That's $7,000 in 4 days by having their students reach out to parents, friends, family, neighbors, etc., with a strong, powerful message about the club being a part of, their initiative to be better leaders and learn life skills through the power of sports. Here, where I'm at in the west suburbs of Chicago, we actually have our own private club, if you will, and students are enrolled by boys and girls are enrolled by their parents. Just like they would an activity, an external activity like a travel sport or a club sport. So parents, do pay for 12 months of programming directly as well too, if that's of interest and maybe fits your school district. As Education Stadium, if you're interested in some of the learning programs, we can provide some follow-up information on how we can support your club, whether that's licensing some of our materials and doing a train the trainer, so to speak, or even coming on site and supporting some of your programs. Quick QR code here if you want to get to calculating some of the basic costs of how to run a program. This is the easy down and dirty cost calculator we used when we started building out our own private leadership club here to make sure that we would have everything covered from a financial standpoint. Feel free to cut and paste this into your own document. It is a live document, and I hope you find it easily usable and relevant. Some tips and ideas and best practices if you want to hover over this QR code. We'll be adding to this every month in terms of resources and ideas. And feel free to reach out if you via email if you have an idea for us to add to it. Any questions or interest, feel free to email me, Mike at educationstadium.com.